Awesome, guys. Let's wait no further and let's dig into the call right now. And I have with me Gaurav. Gaurav, I would suggest if you could please moderate the questions and see what the users are saying. I'm gonna be putting my laptop into the screen share mode on the presentation. So if there's anything that happens technically wrong, just feel free to let me know immediately. You have the option to speak.
Surely I'll do that.
All right, guys, we have been chatting a lot online and we have been emailing you a lot around the slot machines that we have been talking. And this webinar is about to display you those slot machines and give you a first-hand experience on those slot machines. Firstly, I welcome you all with crazy heart to the webinar. I really appreciate you guys taking your time out to see what we guys are on to. This is a very big vision that we are pursuing, and we want all of you to be a part of this vision, to be able to also make profits out of this vision. Speaking of who we are, this is Vipul Garg speaking to you right now. I am the co-founder and the CEO of LetX. It's the parent company behind LetSpinio and LetSlotio, essentially the entire gamified suite that we are building. And I have with me on the call Gaurav Madan, who's the co-founder and CEO of Geekotech Inc. And he's my project partner on the entire gamified suite that we are building together. If you ask about me, I've been marketing online since 2012 and I made my first $1 million company at the age of 21. If you speak about Gaurav, he's been marketing online since 2010 and he scaled his first company to 6 to 7 figures in just first year of its incorporation. And the guy is sitting at 7 figures of income annually at this moment. And then we also have with us Yogesh Bhatt. He's the lead product strategist at LetX. He has brought over 21x ROI on Facebook ads at volume spends, and he's managed several six-figure products with us. Speaking of Gaurav's partner is Saurabh Bhatnagar. He's the co-founder in Geekotech Inc. and he's an expert in marketing using Facebook ads and funnels, and he's also a conversion optimization specialist. Now, before we go ahead, let us actually begin with the main call and let's look into to get into a new broad set and a new mindset to look at the things and ponder how are we doing things. So you see, the world is changing every day, and we need to change with it every day as well. We now live in a world of prediction and adoption. The companies that predict and adapt own their markets. I'm sure every one of you knows the name for the three companies that are being displayed on the screen right now. I'm talking about Google, I'm talking about Facebook, I'm talking about Amazon. These three companies have always been predicting the new innovations and have been always adapting to those new innovations. So all of these three companies have also been able to set an example for all of us to go ahead and see what is it that we really want to be doing. But there's a hard fact to it as well. In the last 15 years, 52% of the Fortune 500 companies have disappeared. And that's a metric by Huffington Post, guys. So just imagine if these companies having tons of cash reserves could vanish just in one day, where do we stand by? Where do you stand by? I mean, how do we make sure that we continue to make profits every day? How do you make sure that you continue to make profits every day? Well, do you want to know the secret on how to survive your mass extinction and continue to make profits? You have to understand. Do you want to know the secrets on what are the things that you want to be doing so that you are not a part of this mass extinction? Put a one in the box or put a yes in the box, and we're going to go ahead and dip further into this. We are talking at very high level things. This is about changing the entire mindset. This is about changing the way you market again. All right, I see a lot of yes coming in, so let's get ahead. Well, the secret lies again in adapting to the big innovations and disruptions. But now the question comes to me, which is, hey, what's going to be the next big disruption or innovation? And don't worry, I have the answers right here for you. The answer is gamification. Most of you guys are Let's Spin Your users, and most of you must have had also been able to profit already from Let's Spin You. and we know that gamification works. But it's not just us who knows gamification works. Forbes says that gamification is going to be the next big marketing trend. Gartner says that more than 70% of the world's largest 2,000 companies are expected to have deployed at least one gamified application by year end 2018. GWC conference, one of the biggest conferences around engagement and gamification, they say that vendors claim that gamification strategies can lead to a 100 to 150% increase in the engagement metrics. So you know that gamification works, and it not just helps you acquire customers, but also helps you to engage those customers so they become your loyal ambassadors. And this is exactly the guiding philosophy behind our vision into building a suite of gamified applications. You see, the problem came to us when we ourselves faced a very low visitor subscription subscriber conversion rate. All we could see is we were driving a lot of traffic to our pages, but yet we were getting a few subscribers handy coming in. With this radical world, which is changing every day, you gotta be doing something innovative to continue to keep them engaged. Otherwise, Gmail and all the other ESPs are just gonna fire you out. And hence came the idea of gamification to us, and the results have been so satisfactory that we have always been building in the back end over the nights tirelessly to make sure we are able to tame gamification for us and for you as well. And this is the same thought that we build LetSlotio with. Now, if we talk about LetSlotio is a slot machine gamified lead gen application that we had been working tirelessly overnight for the last 3 months in the builds to make sure that we have an array of games for you to engage and convert your audience at the same time. But before we move ahead, let us look into some stats for a few LetSpinio users and how have they been doing with LetSpinio. Now, this is with Gaurav Madan. On one of his campaigns, he had 5627 unique views and 1104 emails. Now, that's like 19.62% average rate. That's like crazy enough. I know that if I go back into his dashboard and if I ask him to share his Thrive themes, the typical average conversion rate for a visitor to subscriber is like 3% on any Thrive themes. And at this moment, Thrive themes is like by far the best ever known pop-up email subscription tool. And Let's Be New just beats all of it by giving you up to what? How much is that 6x? Yes, it's like six times the. That's like crazy, man. Speaking of another user, in just 7 days of fighting for a campaign, he had 3,375 unique views, 1,966 emails, and 58.25% of average CR. That's like whooping crazy. So this clearly states that the potential is endless and you can just touch the skies. All you need to be is innovative enough and use the games in the right way manner. Now, let's go ahead and see what the beta users for LetSlotio have been able to get after just a brief usage of the software itself. Again, speaking of Gaurav, he just did put the software live, over the night. Very low traffic days, 405 unique views, and 78 emails already in place. And mind you, guys, these are unique email IDs, by the way. It's 19.26 of average conversion rate so far already. He hasn't scaled the campaign yet, even then. Similarly, for one of the other users, obviously we are based out of India and we are a venture capital firm, backed firm over here in India. We have a lot of connections. There's a big Shopify store in India who we asked to try. Let's start you around 26,955 unique views, 5,757 emails. So that's a good number, man. 5757. 21.35 average CR. The store has done 20 lakh rupees in a month's time. That's roughly $32,000 in USD in a month's time. And I haven't got the number back, but I'm sure that LetSlotio has helped this person make at least $5,000 additionally for with this store for sure. We are yet to hear back on the case study, but we're going to have it live really soon. And this is the power of a slot machine game, actually. You know, to tell you why it works, have you ever been to a casino? Put a one in the box if you have ever been to a casino. I want to know who all here are casino lovers, just like me. I love to play. I love to casino play. I love to gamble. But I always gamble. I mean, in the right sense, you do not just can go around and play everything around. But this is why slot machines come in really handy, because you can just gamble at a very low ticket and still win something at a point of time. So if you've ever been to a casino, you must have seen those glowing 777 slot machine games, always and always inviting you to play. And I'm sure it becomes so irresistible that every one of us have once in a life always wanted to play that game, and it's exactly what we're leveraging. Now, imagine putting that game right on your website in the right manner so that it does not look shady, but at the same time entices your visitor to actually play it up. And to play, they have to get a ticket. The ticket is that email ID. It's it's like it's exactly what that we're leveraging. It's exactly this human psychology we're leveraging. And without having you to think how to do it and what's the best way to do it or what would work the best, we have actually done all the hard work for you already and have been able to build a monster conversion machine that your visitors would love to engage with to become your subscribers, or rather royal ambassadors, as they love you for the creativity that you have put in on your websites. Guys, you have to understand, getting subscribers from your visitors is just one thing. Retaining them as subscribers is a way bigger thing. If you're able to retain them, you're able to make more and more profits from them every day. And the best way to retain them is to engage them. And what would be a better way to gamify your marketing than uh, than anything to engage these visitors and continue to keep having them as ambassadors? Want a demo? Well, I could be speaking all in all. I personally love the app, but let me give over the call to my colleague Gaurav, who's going to demo the exact campaign that did him so many leads already right now. He's going to go into his dashboard, first show you his campaign, show you how it looks like, how does it feel like to play in a slot machine, what's the experience like, and then get into his campaign and show you step by step exactly everything that he did to get all of those emails while you were just sleeping around, actually, without sending any traffic to his blog or website. Are you excited to see it live? Put a one in the box so it gives us enough energy for us to also show you how's it going to be and how can it change your business for the course of your profits forever.
So
All
I
right,
can see a
guys.
lot of ones.
Yeah, I'm just going to be transferring the screen to you.
That would be kind. All right, I'm waiting.
Do you have the screen now?
Not yet.
You must be having it now.
All right, so now I'm having my screen with me. So, guys, if you could see my screen right now and if you could see my campaign, give me a one into the chat box, please. I'm super excited to show you what I've got in store for you and really, really excited to share my results as well. So, if you could see it right now, give me a one, please. Yo, lots of ones in the house. So if you could see, let me just give you a quick overview of how it is going to come in the screen for the user. Okay, so I'm just going to refresh my screen, and you can see the entrance animation, the way slot machine comes in. So this is how it comes in. All right, and now what I want to show you is just an experience of how it looks. Let's just go ahead and put my own email ID for this particular part, and let's just say let's roll. Uh-oh. Oh, so that's that we did not win on the first spin. So let's try again. Uh-oh. So another spin. Let's go. Uh-oh. And so I'll tell you what we have done with regard to setting this up. All right, so yay, we won some cool reward, right? SMM course. So guys, how do you feel? How do you feel right now? So I've just shown you my campaign. How does it look? Just give me some comments in the chat box, and these are the results as well for the campaign, which you could see right now. Pretty cool. I like it. I like it. So we could say tons of comments rolling in. One wrong, only they win. Addicting looks good. All right. So Vipul, we already have the feedback.
Oh yeah,
All right,
people are loving
amazing.
it totally.
The house is on fire. So you could see this is a slot machine what we have been able to build. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and show it to you how exactly I built this campaign in a very simple manner using nothing but LetSlotio dashboard, and how much power is hidden beneath this campaign, if you actually look from beyond. So these are my stats just to show you. This is like almost 18.21% conversion right now with 104 emails. The campaign is not yet scaled, but we are going to scale it pretty soon. All right, so let's just go into our campaigns, and I'm going to show you exactly how I made this particular slot machine. Okay, so let's just go and let's first create a new campaign. So it's just like creating a new slot campaign, just like in LetSlotio you have. Now, one of the very interesting part in LetSlotio is, unlike LetSlotio, we now have the option of making 3 different types of campaigns. So what you saw was only a pop-up campaign, but now we also have landers, like gamified, dedicated gamified landing pages. Okay, and also full screen layovers, which are also called lander mats. All right, so that's something which is really, what was one of the most requested feature. So let me show you. Let's spin you users demo, and let's just go ahead and let me show you how I built this pop-up. So we could select any one of this out of right now, and we're going to say, let's say pop-up, because I want to show you the exact campaign how I actually made. Okay, so now as soon as you do that, you are asked to select a position, whether you want to have a left position pop-up, a center position pop-up, or a right position pop-up. Okay, so this is a simple toggle switch is also there with us, which we can actually click, and we could preview our campaign live instantaneously. So now another thing which we have is we have this thing which is use separate background for title and body. So if you don't want your campaign to look really jazzy, and you really want to look at very subtle, okay, then you can use this 2-layer background. Okay, if you don't want to make it look a little bit more jazzy, then you could use a single background. Okay, I kind of like a single background pretty fixed, because it makes it a little bit look like, give it a casino 777 feel. So that's something really awesome. So now you could select a color of the background, any color you want. That's one thing which you can do, a solid color. Or what you can do is you could also choose an image. So if I go to my library, so you could see I have a couple of images preloaded right here. So what I do is, if I go ahead and if I choose an image, this was a pre-done background, which I did, and you could see now my background has loaded, right? That's how simple it is. Then you can choose an overlay in terms of your backgrounds. Either you could have no overlay with 100% no opacity, or you could have a little overlay so that that slot machine stands out a bit. I would recommend that you have a little bit of a overlay so that the slot machine stands out. Okay, so now once you have done this, what you could do is you could go ahead and choose your title, okay, and choose the text of the title and your description. Of course, you will have to customize it as per your campaign. So here I'll say win one of my products for free, okay, and then I will say enter below to participate or to try your luck now. So now once you've done this, next thing which we have with us is we have a form builder, right? As you have maybe already knowing, just like LetSlotio, we have a complete form builder here. So you could select and you could have multiple types of fields like an email, ask them their website URL, have a kind of a survey question and segment them using a drop down, or just ask their name with the help of a text field. So, okay, in this particular part, we're just going to have their email ID. Okay, enter your email to play. We're going to say required. Okay. Next thing which we have with us is we have an option to enable terms and policy acknowledgement check. Now, all those people who are from Europe, okay, they must be wondering, is the tool GDPR compliant? So this is a way to explicitly ask people their consent so that you could send them marketing emails. All right, so that's why we have this particular box here. That means the tool is 100% GDPR compliant because we are explicitly mentioning everything in our terms and policy. So you could give a link to your terms and policy here. All right, that's something which is really, really awesome. So you don't have to worry about losing your Europe traffic. Okay, so next thing I'm going to just disable this for now. Next thing which you can do is now you can go ahead and customize your call to action. For example, I could just go ahead and take a blue colored call to action. So that's like the text, and that's the background of your call to action. So what we've done is we have actually given a pulsating effect to the call to action so that the person is able to see the button clean and clear. Now you could have a disclaimer text as well if you want. Okay, so let me just go ahead and do a little bit of lesser opacity. Yeah, now it looks nice. Now we have a couple of animations you could see, tons of animations rather. We have zoom up and fade in up, bounce flash, tons of animations the way you want your campaign to appear. So you could actually use any of the animations from there. Now, other than that, we have a cool snow effect, just like we had in LetSlotio. As soon as you do that, it gives us a very amazing feeling, like you're in Switzerland and you're trying to play a casino game. All right. So next thing is we have some spinning sounds which you saw, which you heard, which you must have heard when I actually entered my email inside the campaign. So what really happened is it said, okay, tuning in your luck, and the slot machine was rolling in and making a cool little sound. And then on the basis of whether the person won or not, the sound was again coming. So now look at this. This is just a kind of a campaign we have done so far, and it's very easy to set up. You could see just a background, and we could have a toggle switch. We could also see a mobile preview, and we could also see a desktop preview. All right, all live. So far, so good. Tell me, guys, are you liking it? So, Spinios, are you liking it? Let me know into the chat box, please.
Yeah, a lot of
Awesome.
people saying
Like it.
love it, absolutely. Yes, awesome. And guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to punch them in the questions box. So after this demo, we are able to take on your questions as well. Please feel free to put your questions as well in the meanwhile.
All right. So next thing which which we can do is now have our conversion elements, guys. You know that scarcity converts great. So that is why it is always advisable to have some scarcity on your campaign. So you could either have a countdown timer or have a scarcity bar. If you ask me, I personally, my favorite is scarcity bar, but you can always have a countdown timer as well, depending on your campaign. So let's just go and have use the scarcity bar. For example, let's say range. So people already claimed this giveaway. All right, and we could make bold, italic, or underline depending on how you want to format it. You could select a range, and this is a smart range, guys. So, for example, if a person comes in and he's watching the campaign for the first time, the range would be shown like, let's say 45% people have actually claimed this. And then if the person comes back, if he's returning and then again seeing the campaign, the range is the percentage is going to shift a little up, and then it is going to say, okay, now 55% people have claimed this giveaway. So now that particularly means as with every other interaction, the scarcity is going to increase, actually asking or pulling the user into playing the 777 game. So now you could actually customize your text color. You could just go ahead and say choose the color, And then you could also go ahead and choose the bar color. You could see this. Now let's toggle again and let me show you. This is how it looks. It says 41% people already claimed this giveaway so rule, and it is having a scarcity bar. Okay, so that's the holy grail of marketing. Scarcity just converts plainly. You could also select the font depending on the choice of your brand fonts. You could customize the slot machine and match it to your branding. Now, next thing which we have with us is we have the option to customize these slots. All right, these slots are uh, pretty easy to customize. All you have to do is either you could do, if you're an e-com store, then you could do a coupon. This is huge. And you've seen case study of LetSlotio as well, and also LetSlotio, which we just mentioned. So any e-com store owner, this is pure gold for you. You can use it in two different ways. Either you could give this away, give the coupon away store-wide, and collect email IDs and have them convert into instant sales. Okay, or you could use it on your checkout pages because of a deep Shopify integration, which means you are going to actually regain those visitors who are just about to abandon your cart. So either way you can do that. And either you could have labels in your text. For example, let's say I do labels. Let me show you what labels means. Labels means that whatever I'm going to type is going to come inside the slots. Okay, it's going to come inside the course. Let's say, so this is simply your labels. So let me toggle it again, and you could see now all these slot machine things have been already fixed up, and it has been filled. Okay, that's one way to do it. Other than that, if you don't want to use just labels and you want to really use images, you can use that as well. So you can just go ahead and say use images in place of labels, and in that manner what you're going to have is you're going to be seeing labels, images here instead of just plain labels. Okay, so you could choose an icon, choose from the library, and it should be normally a square size icon. Okay, and you could just upload a square size icon depending on what you want to choose. Okay, so this is just an example. You could actually make your own things. So it says affiliator worth $97. This can be made better. Okay, I'm just not good with creative part of it. That's why it's looking so pathetic. So let's just disable this for now. We'll show you more campaigns with regard to the part where we have added the icons pack. So don't worry, and you'll also be getting a pre-done for you icons pack, which you can use for your stores and for your websites. So you don't really have to worry about the creative part as well. It just have to be a 400 by 400 square image. So next, what you can do is you could choose whether it's a free product or whether it's a coupon. Okay, so let's just go and let's say I'm going to have no price in most of them, because the way I do it is I tend to showcase high-priced items on my slots and let the people take my lead magnet for free. That's how I do it, and I set my lead magnet probability to 100%. Now it's completely up to you whether you want to set it to 100% or 10%, or you could divide the weight equally. It's all up to you how you really want to put the campaign forward to the user. But for me, that's how I actually want to do it, and I'm going to say it's a free product. So let's just say we say that, woo, you won my SMM course, and then it's there for you all free. So get it today. You say claim access by clicking here. And then what you could do is you could see again, the action which happens once the person wins. Okay, there are multiple actions which are there. Either you can close the pop-up, you can copy the value of coupon and then close pop-up if you have selected a coupon as a giveaway. And if you could have, like, if you want to have an instant sale, then you could copy the coupon code and redirect to a URL, which is your checkout page, or you could just redirect the person to a new URL or a URL in a new tab. Okay, so in my case, I want to go ahead and I want to redirect the person in a new tab where he'll be supposedly filling his information to get my course for free. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go to next part. So now next part which we have with us is we have something which is called as win on multiple spends. So guys, this is the flagship, one of the flagship features of LetSlotio, which is win on multiple spins. So when you say this, either you can have, let's say the person comes in and puts his email ID or her email ID and try to play the game. So we can decide on which spin or on the range of spin which we want him to win. Either we can just have it win on the product on the very first spin, or we can say, visitor can spin 3 times. Okay, let's say the visitor can spin 3 times, and then you say here the spin count, 3 spins left, it would say something like that. Okay, you could customize this, the color and everything. And then if the person is winning, let's say wins between X and Y spins, you could see this. Either you can have them win on nth spin, depending on your range, or you could actually say the person is not going to win in these 3 spins, and then he's going to go ahead and he'll have to do a social share to unlock more spins, and then he can actually win. So practically what we're trying to say is, so the person comes and plays, okay, the person actually could not win in the first 3 spins, so he was asked to share the campaign on his social media profile, inviting his friends to play the game, okay, and then once he invites the other friends to play the game, then more spins are unlocked, and now when he actually puts his email ID to play the slot machine, he's able to win the game. Okay, so that's simply what is happening is we are actually putting the viral coefficient in to get you unlimited traffic via your slot machine campaigns. Now, put a crazy one if you feel this is the feature which is going to make a difference. So we have kind of done a viral social unlock. Okay, so we could say great, very nice, wow, great, crazy, love it, excellent. Okay, so people are going crazy and nuts about this. So you can actually go ahead and do all those things, settings, with regard to social share, and you could also have like social share URL, whether you want to share a current page URL or you want to share a custom URL, depending on what you really want to get shared to. All right, so that's your social sharing. So we'll have just nth spin here, and customer wins between 1 and 3rd spin. So let's say 2nd and 3rd spin rather. So that's something which you can do. Then you can customize the text while the slot machine is rolling. So you could say tuning in your luck, oops, try rolling again, spin again, auto spins, share and get more. All these text is customizable, guys. Everything is customizable. Just make sure to make your colors as per your background so that everything is visible with regard to your campaign. You could even actually go ahead and text, change the call to action text, where it says spin again, we're going to actually say roll again. Okay, so this is something which everything is customizable in the slot machine. Every damn thing is customizable. Okay, so that means you have complete flexibility of how you want to customize your campaign. Now, what you could do is, just like in LetSlotio, we have show enticing follow-up widget on direct close or no thanks. If somebody just comes again and closes the slot machine, let me just go and show you here. So if I just go ahead and refresh this, I'm not sure if I'm going to see the slot machine again. Okay, so let me just again go ahead and open my website. So if somebody comes in on your website and does not play the slot machine, so what is going to happen is he's going to be shown a reminder widget, okay, a kind of a follow-up widget rather, not a reminder widget, which is going to follow him up and say that you could still roll the slot machine for free and win one of the products. Okay, so this is a kind of a hello bar which you can place either on top, either on bottom, and this is the way you can actually remind the person saying that please go ahead and play it again. You could even do hello bar, that's one. Then you could do a chiclet, then you could do a ribbon. That's almost like if I remember, there were like 16 different positions we could place all these follow-ups on the page. Okay, so that you can choose one of them, and for now I'm using just a hello bar. Then you could just customize the text, choose the position, and have the CTA text whatever you want. You could even customize the colors of what you want as your CTA background color and your CTA text color. Okay, and you could have a CTA text size, a widget text color. Okay, so all those things is actually customizable. So you could even have the widget background color depending on how you want to choose it. Now, this is like everything is as per, the objective is to get maximum people to play the slot machine and get you that valuable lead, which is really, really worth a lot of dollars. Okay, so that is why this particular full-fledged customization is available, so that you are actually getting more and more interactions, or giving more and more interactions to the user to get into your funnel. Okay, so we call this more like a LetSlotio funnel, or a gamified funnel, instead of just saying a pop-up. Okay, that makes much more sense with all these features loaded. So now next thing is we could have a reminder widget where the person is reminded once he has won something. He'll be reminded with certain time to claim his prize. So that, let's say, somebody actually wins a coupon code of, let's say, 20% store-wide coupon code. So what you can do is, now you can easily go ahead and you could give that a time limit to that coupon code, and say that this coupon code is going to expire in next 15 minutes, making sure that the person who has actually taken that coupon code uses the coupon code then and there, and gets converted from a subscriber into a customer. So it's not a lead generation machine, it's a customer acquisition machine. That's how you could actually perceive LetSlotio as. So you could just say left to claim the prize and avail the discount. Okay, and position, and then you could again customize the background color or widget text color, all those things as per your liking. Okay, and then you could have like copy value of the coupon code, again, what exactly you want to have the CTA text, and all those things could be done. So after you've customized all these settings, next thing is, guys, we have something called as triggers. How do you want your campaign to trigger on your website? Okay, so that's another interesting thing. So you could actually first say on which all URLs do you want your campaign to trigger on. So we have given a full-fledged customization even here. You could have an exact match, or contains, or a regex. So depending on how you want to do your customization on. And you could even exclude certain URLs like your thank you pages, so that the slot machine does not shows on your thank you pages, where people have already gone ahead and had a conversion element already triggered. Okay, now another great element with regard to LetSlotio is that you can actually target on the basis of a referral. Let's say the person is coming from any XYZ source, so you could just say, like, if the source is Facebook, then actually show my slot machine. So what practically you can do is, you can show your different slot machine campaigns differently to the audience coming from different traffic sources. Okay, for example, one slot machine is dedicated to Facebook campaign, one is dedicated to Google AdWords campaign, another is dedicated to email campaign, another is dedicated to the cold audience which is coming through SEO. Okay, so depending on different types of traffic sources, you can actually choose your campaigns, which is going to ultimately lead to higher conversion rates, because you can customize it on the basis of traffic temperatures. Like, somebody's a hot traffic, and then somebody else is a cold traffic, and somebody else is a warm traffic. So depending on various temperature zones, you could actually showcase or target your campaigns, LetSlotio funnels campaigns to them. Now, next thing which we have with us is, we have advanced show up conditions for both mobile and desktop separately. So we have tons of customization again available here, whether you want to show it on an exit intent, or after a user spends X time on a page, or after the person has scrolled certain percentage on the page, or directly on the page load, as I was showing. And then you could even do it with the help of an insight trigger, which means at the click of a button or a link, the campaign would be triggered. You can even do with the help of a load up widget on the right hand side or the left hand side. A widget would be, floating widget would be there, and what happens is the person would click on that floating widget, and then the slot machine would pop up. Now, depending on what you want to choose, you can actually take it here. So for example, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to have one page load. That's what I'm going to choose. And similarly on mobile, you can actually trigger the campaigns separately on mobile. And even if you want to disable it on mobile, for example, for some reason your campaign, you don't want to actually show it on mobile, so you can actually just disable it on mobile as well. But depending on how you want to do it, I would actually love to show it on a click of a floating widget, and then I could say play to win my product. I could just say this, a floating widget text, and then you could actually go ahead and have your custom floating widget icon. Again, you could actually go ahead and have anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take the logo, and I'm going to have that logo right now. So let's just take this logo itself, and I want to have this logo itself. So that's what I'm going to have as my floating widget, and then you could have a position, whether you want to have a bottom left, bottom right, top left, right, or top left, depending on what you choose. So let's just have a bottom right part. And then you can do other customization. Now, next part which is there is we have something called as integrations. You all may be knowing already integrations, right? So these integrations are crazy with LetSlotio. We've taken it all together to another level now. You could see we have now Infusionsoft, new integration, and we have, just see, the amount of integrations present in this software, you won't be able to find it in any other software. So we have SC autoresponder, then we have Perkzilla, LeadLovers, ConvertKit, Drip, SendLink, iContact, Klaviyo, MailChimp, GetResponse, Aweber, ActiveCampaign. You have webinar integrations, GoToWebinar, EverWebinar. We have deep Shopify integrations if you're a Shopify user and looking to boost the revenue of a store. Then we have full contact, so that you could know who your users are and have a user profile, get to know the demographics of your audience. Then we have Zapier, as always, so that it's limitless, literally limitless. With Zapier, you can pass the data to any application you want of your choice, any CRM which you may be using. Then you have Usign. If you're using crazy backgrounds from Usign, you can use that. Then we have Buffer, for scheduling of Jacker campaigns. Then we have a Segment app for definitely, which is for Messenger integration. So these are all the integrations which we have. And then you can easily go ahead and enable the integrations depending on which all things you have selected. So here I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just choose one of my lists, and then I'm going to go ahead and just say save the campaign. So that's what we've done precisely in setting up our campaign. And the good part is, once you've set up your campaign, you can duplicate the campaign with one click. So it says this is a required field. So let's just go ahead and say on page load. So guys, what do you feel? What do you think? No WP plugin? Yes, we do have a WP plugin as well. I'll show you. We have a WordPress plugin as well. So you could see now both the campaigns look pretty similar. That's how I built my first original campaign. Okay, and all you have to do is you just have to make sure you have to go to Pixel and have your Pixel pasted in the website which you want to trigger the campaign on, or you could even have a WordPress plugin if you are actually using WordPress for that matter. So now that's the campaign which I've made so far. Sizes for you. All right, so great. So Vipul, want to chime in a little bit?
I'm sorry I didn't get you. Come again. I was just answering the question.
Did I miss something? If you want to actually go ahead and highlight something which I may have missed.
Not really. I think you can just go to settings and show them that we have a Shopify app coming up. And then we have all the integrations, which I think you have already shown. And I think this pretty much sums up the application. Yeah, we have good stuff now.
So what, Vipul, we have a very good comment with somebody saying "बहुत ही रोमांचक." Somebody's learning Hindi as well. All right. So guys, this is what we have. So now we have some campaigns as well. Just give me a moment. I'll just pause my screen for a second.
Also show them the lander example that we did. I just sent you one on Skype.
Yeah, I am going to show it to them now. So guys, what we have is, let me show you a lander campaign as well. So what we did is we actually did a lander campaign as well. So look at this. This is a lander campaign. This is a dedicated lander. Of course, there would be more customizations that would be provided, but this is a dedicated lander which is available. Okay, the person could come and land on this, and then he could actually play and do stuff. So in the future, what we are doing is we're going to give more customizations available for the full page background and everything else. Okay, so that's what is going to happen. So this is a part which is lander, and probably the lander mat is nothing but this lander is going to take the full screen of your uh, website and just going to come from the top, and it's kind of covering the whole screen, and then the lander mat would be shown. Okay, so it's kind of like taking the whole screen instead of just having a pop. So that's what preferably a lander mat is. So that's the different types of campaigns, and not just this, guys. As always, we've taken this to the new heights by introducing the next part, which is overlay campaigns. Now you already know about overlay campaigns, right? What you can do is you can actually go ahead and you could use any URL. It may be your website, it may not be your website. For example, I have a website with this with the name affiliator.com. Let me just pull up any URL. So let's say with the new overlay campaign, what we can do is we could just put any of our campaigns on any website. Okay, so claim a free product, and then you could just say meta description if you want to actually for social shares. You could have a image, and then you could choose which one you want to actually go ahead and have. Then you could have keep LetSlotio domain. Let's say this is app demo, and then you could even have a remarketing pixel on this particular campaign. So what I'm doing is I'm actually popping my LetSlotio field campaign on famous websites like CNN, GaryVaynerchuk.com. Like you find a very useful article which you want to share it with your community. So technically, you go and you just take the URL and you share. So you're not really getting any incentive out of that share, right? But you're still sharing. But if you were able to, get an extra incentive for sharing, it would have been really, really amazing. So that is where the overlay campaigns come into picture. We also call them the jackers. Okay, so which is technically iframing the website, a third-party website which we do not have, or which we do not, which we're not the owner of, and which allows iframing. And we're technically going ahead and we're doing the campaign. So I think so. It says this image is required. So let me just take one of the any of the images here, just for the sake of demonstration. And then we go ahead and take this campaign. So now this is actually a new URL. This is you have to assume that this is not my website, right? So, and I could go ahead and I could just pop my wheel on that particular website. Look at this. So now back on the back end, the website is affiliator.com, but this is my wheel which I just made, or not wheel, but rather slot machine, which I just made is coming on somebody else's website. So just like sharing articles and generating leads. How does that sound, guys? How does that sound? Let me know into the chat box.
It's like pure gold for people who do affiliate marketing, Gaurav, if you ask me. I've been an affiliate marketer myself. I know this is pure gold.
Right. Amazing.
Someone writes
People are
gold,
saying,
someone writes speechless.
let's,
Brilliant, amazing.
oh my God, yes. Uh, just tried it, perform awesome on mobile. This looks cool. Wow, this overlay is awesome. So, okay, great. The
Okay,
speed
there's
of
another thing. Gaurav, one of the guys was asking, is this mobile compatible? Yes, guys, this is built for mobile first. This is totally compatible with most of the mobile smartphones screen sizes, and it goes around this way. Gaurav, it would not go like that. Okay, it works like that as well. Yeah,
so
guys,
look at this.
how it looks like.
Right now, so what I've done is I've squeezed my screen to a mobile device screen, and look at this. It's 100% responsive. So depending on the size of the screen, the slot
Okay.
machine auto adjusts itself, and it's 100% responsive. All right. So Vipul, do you want to take it here from here?
I think you can go ahead taking the call, or do you want me to go ahead? I think it would be best if you
And
go ahead because you can explain all the modules and everything.
all right. So let's just go and uh, get to the part. So just give me a second, guys. All right. So you just saw, I made a just quick campaign and had 500 views, and I already have over 104 emails, and that's almost like a whooping 19% conversion rate to be exact. Okay, so but the game is not exactly this to be really telling you. The game is much more than that. So just imagine this thing. So as per campaign monitor, every single subscriber, extra subscriber which you gain, okay, every single extra subscriber which you gain is worth $38. So let's assume, like, I was going ahead and I'm using Thrive Leads, and on my website I was generating around conversion rate of 3%. And then what happens, I started suddenly using LetSlotio, and now I'm suddenly converting it 20%. So that means, like, for every 100 visitors, I'm getting 17 extra subscribers. Now, if I actually technically tell you, that's not 17 extra subscribers. Okay, that's 17 into $38, which is $646 extra, which I was able to make just by making one simple change, just by actually making that shift from Thrive Leads to actually LetSlotio. Okay, so that's an extra $646, and that was just for like 100 views. If I actually take it to 1,000 views, then it makes it like $6,460. If I make it to 10,000 views, that's actually make $64,600. My website gets around 3,000 views, technically on us on in 1 month. So that's almost 36,000 views every single year. Okay, that's majority of it is SEO traffic. Now imagine what I will be able to do in extra revenue just because of this, putting LetSlotio on my website. Okay, so that's like the real game, and all these things is actually happening on autopilot. You don't have to worry about anything. You just deploy the campaign, and rest LetSlotio will take it over. That's what we have. Now let the numbers speak, as I just told you. The exact methods of how much extra I would be able to make if I just shifted to LetSlotio instead of actually using the old traditional methods of lead generation. So next thing is, so guys, we really really love you. So as one of the reasons why we have called you, on the very first basis on this call is because we love you as the founding members of our gamification suite. Okay, we really care about you. So we thought that what we're going to do is we're going to actually give this to your hands as the first users, of the LetSlotio Club at a very, very, very special price. And it is, believe us, it's lowest ever we're going to sell at. Okay, it's the lowest ever we're going to sell at. So, but before we proceed, just imagine how much more profits you would be making when you convert 20% more leads than usual. So we're talking about you making $7,600 more on every 1,000 unique people visiting your pages. So this is just on the basis of industry stats, and we're not even seeing this. This is as per Campaign Monitor, which is a big research. They do a lot of research on this particular part. So you believe in it. If you're able to have an array of apps that you're able to use to engage visitors and acquire customers, just as I showed you, acquire customers, not just generate leads, but acquire customers at the same time. Just imagine how much would that be worth to you. Imagine, how much extra amount of revenue would it be putting in your pockets. So let us take a recap of the features LetSlotio has based on the funnel. So we're going to launch this publicly on 11th of June. So that's when the public launch is happening for LetSlotio. But just because you are a part of our founding members club, that is why we have a very, very special early bird deal. Okay, but first let's recap what all things which we have. So in the funnel on the public launch, we have LetSlotio Elite, which will be limited to 5 domain license, and all these things which you see right here are the features, like the outcome weightage, which is the intelligent wheel, then Shopify and Express Shopify plugin, theme engine, and whatnot. So this is worth $47. That's what the price point would be when we're going to sell. Then there is also LetSlotio Platinum, which is an upsell number 1 in the launch. But here we have kind of bundled all of them together. Okay, so this is 9-in-1 conversion app, which has reminder widgets, advanced shop conditions, advanced targeting conditions. Then we have insight triggers, one-click loan campaigns, slot machine animations, campaign-specific multi-action automations, follow-up widgets, weekly and monthly reports, and repeat shop conditions. So this is worth $67. Okay. Next, what we have is LetSlotio boosters, which is slot machine landers, slot machine lander mats, okay, social shares, the unlocking virality, then user cards, then white label domains, and also adding retargeting pixels to any of the campaigns which you make, which is worth again $67. And then again, we have LetSlotio Jacker, which is LetSlotio campaigns on any third-party website, which is pure gold, just like Vipul was mentioning. He has been an affiliate for quite long. We have like integration with Buffer. You can remove the branding. Okay, you have like Facebook and other social media customizable meta titles, so that whenever you're sharing, the image of your preference showcases on the social network, so that you drive maximum amount of traffic. So integration with Buffer ensures that you can schedule things, schedule your posts, schedule your articles, providing value to others. So that's worth again $87. So guys, all of it is, that's all of this is a cumulative price of $258. So that's the average funnel price, which would be there when we launch publicly on 11th of June. All right, but all of this is there, but only for LetSlotio VIP users, only for our founding members. We have this super early bird deal. Okay, so today you can unlock a lifetime license and get instant access to LetSlotio for a one-off payment of only and only $147. Yes, that's it. Only $147, one-time payment, lifetime license, all the features, no restrictions, unlimited domain license, unlimited leads license. Okay, you are going to unlock this right away. All right. So next, let's just go for LetSlotio VIP. We have already told you, and then guys, but remember, we have this license as a very, very limited license. This is limited to only 100 people. The first 100 people to pick up this license would be counted for this particular deal, and we would be, we have very limited window for this particular offer because the launch is very close. So this is the link. So Vipul, it would be great if you could drop the link right there. Sure. So next thing which we have is, guys, there is nothing much to lose on this particular deal. So, imagine only $147 one-time price for everything, a whole new dashboard, a whole new game, and a completely new opportunity to unlock it before your competitor even gets to see it. So, make your competitor literally cry and get 3x more lead gen again with the slot machine. So it's like gamified monster acquisition platform at just one-time cost of $147. That's what we have. Okay, and we have some early bird bonuses as well. So if that doesn't suffice as you, so bonus number 1, we are giving away unlimited outsourcer license. Add as many team members as you want. That is worth $197. So guys, does this excite you? Give me an in, write into the chat box if you think this is something which is amazing and which is for you. Write into the comment box, say I'm in, and we would know that you're in. All right, I'm in. All right, let me give you the bonus number 2. We're giving away unlimited commercial license. Okay, sell it to unlimited clients as a service, and which is again worth $97. That's included in this particular deal, and it's available for you for absolutely free for picking up this data. Next thing, we have unlimited domain license. Okay, install LetSlotio on unlimited domains. There is no kind of restriction which is there, which is worth $197 again. And not just this, my famous lead generation masterclass. I've personally used a lot of different tactics to generate 25,000 leads in my business, and I have created a training on it. That's worth $97. That is going to be given to you as a bonus package for absolutely free. We just don't want you to take the tool and feel helpless, not knowing what to do. We want you to take by the hand and make you successful. That is why we are giving away a full-fledged lead generation masterclass, a combination of 6 different modules, which will be available to you just with this deal for absolutely free. So, guys, go ahead and type in "I'm in" if you have actually picked it up. So let me share the URL again. So this is a total value of $856. That's the total value for everything in combined, along with all the bonuses. And but just for our spinios, we are offering this at a one-time payment of $147. So all you need to do is just go to letx.me/letslotio, letx.me/letslotio, and you could pick up this right away. So let me just go ahead and type this again. If you have any questions, we are here to answer you. Any questions whatsoever, we'll be happily able to answer them for you. So this is the link. All right. So, and don't make me forget that you're backed by an ironclad 30 days action taker money back guarantee. So we believe you should get in something that you believe 100% in. We're confident that it works for you 100% if you put in the work. If for whatever reason you're not able to get the results, let us know and connect with us personally to have you help you to get your campaign working exclusively for Let's Spin Your VIPs. And if you still don't get any results, we'll refund your complete investments, no question asked. So we believe that if we really cannot get you the results, we don't deserve your investment. Okay, so that's what our belief is in. So we're really looking forward to have you on board. So let's keep going. We believe in the saying that a lot, that it doesn't matter how slow you're going. What matters is that you're adapting and moving. That's what Conficus says. So I suggest that you go ahead and check out your copy. It's risk free for you because it's backed by our ironclad money back 30 days guarantee. So let's just see our questions. So Vipul, let's take some questions now.
Yes, definitely. I'm just reading the questions only.
So let's take it on screen so that let's whatever questions are there, let's narrate it out and let's answer them right here.
I'm just gonna speak them out and we can both answer based on whosoever wants to answer. Someone says Spinner is great. Wow, I see the vision. Thank you. How long is this offer? Johns asked, how long is this offer?
So this offer is limited to we'll be closing this offer. Today is 7th June, is almost like 7th June. So I think so we'll be closing this by 9th of June at best. And it may happen that we may close it a little early as well, but 9th of June is the last date, would be the last date to pick your license up.
And we also have a limit on the 100 copies as of now. So as soon as these 100 copies get out of stock, we are not selling them anymore because we gotta keep enough for the launch time starting next week. This is a very special early deal for only the Let's Win Your buyers, and I request everyone to keep it among themselves only. Next
All
question.
right, so please go on.
Yeah, the next question is template club 2 question mark. So Dave, we do not require a template club on this, and we do not have a template club on this because this time we have made the entire process of making the game so easy that all you need to simply do is just upload a background. That's it. That's the only thing that you need to do. And that's why we did not keep a template club, because we do not really want to charge you on anything that we feel is going to be unfair to you. Since everything's so customizable and so easily customizable, you do not need a template club actually. Just go to a website called Pexels. Uh, just go to a website called Pexels, type in your keyword, you get a very good background. I've just uploaded that background to LetSlotio, put an overlay, and your campaign is looking beautiful as easy as possible. Everything that Gaurav has shown you, every demo that we're going to show you has got the background coming in from just any other stock image website, and you have a whole new image altogether over there. So you do not really need a template club. Then Dave asked, is there agency rights for that price?
All
And is
right.
agency right included? So I think we have full commercial license, and Gaurav, you could answer on that.
So we have the commercial lines, the license available, which means that you can go ahead and run campaigns for your clients and charge them for. But you cannot really sell LetSlotio. We don't have any reseller or an agency on this, but we do have unlimited commercial rights available.
So what that means is you can actually deploy a campaign for your client on the end website and choose to give him reporting. We have very beautiful reports in there, and they are all of these reports are downloadable. So you can actually download the report and send it as an update. This even helps you sell further upsells and services to your clients and get you even more money. We did not put agency deliberately on this one based on the feedback from the other users only, who came back to us and told us that giving this away as a service makes more sense to them because it helps them upsell this. And we have been able to identify that this is the real beauty of running an agency, where you give a tool to someone as a service primarily. I see a lot of
All right.
I am in. I see a lot of I am in remarks. Thank you everyone for getting in and believing in us. I hope you're all able to see the vision that we are building upon.
All right. So Robert says that how retargeting works on audio too. So Robert, how it works is, so you have your jacker campaigns, right? So whenever you are jacking a particular article, or any particular form of content online and sharing it on your Facebook profiles, so anybody who's going to click on that particular campaign, meaning on that particular link, so which is going to go onto that jacker URL and trigger your campaign. So it is also going to pixel your audience. That means that the person was interested in that kind of content, and he would be pixeled, meaning you can retarget, remarket as per your likings. Okay, because again, if the person has converted into a lead and is also into your retargeting pixel, meaning you can go ahead and actually show your tripwires to that person and convert him into a customer. So that's how really retargeting would work with jacker. So it's like a combo with jacker.
Someone says, is the app
So
HTTPS secured? Yes, the app is totally secured with HTTPS. We are security fanatics ourselves, and we love to keep everything secured. Then someone asked GDPR compliance. Yes, we are 100% GDPR compliant. We also have a data public sharing agreement, which we can sign in on your behalf, which is also available on our website. John says, I will buy before the launch. All right, John, hope to see you in. But I recommend you check this out ASAP, and you keep checking the cart page to see how many copies are left. And you make sure you are in before the copies are exhausted. Well, Mario, you can add your users to your dashboard with the outsourcer's license, or you can continue to serve them reports independently.
so we have lots of I am in you know uh, remarks here already. So guys, make sure to take advantage of this early bird deal, because this is the lowest we'll ever sell, and this is only for the founding members who have actually believed in us, believed in our vision, to where we are going as a gamified suit. So that's what we actually are going to do. So guys, if you have any further questions, feel free to ask here. So Tony says, Whipple, can we add a MP4 background? Is it possible to add an MP4 background?
I'm taking this as a suggestion home, Tony, and we're going to look back into the with the tech team to see how this can be done. This looks like a good solution, but we're going to get back to you on this. At this moment, I cannot say anything. At this moment, you can only upload uh, JPG or PNG backgrounds, but I'm going to look into how to do MP4 backgrounds as well, and we'll post an update. If it is technically possible to do it, we'll definitely have it. We anyway have a very long roadmap on Let's Plotio and Let's Spinio both. We recently launched we have recently updated the app Let's Spinio with two new features, and we're updating Let's Spinio and Let's Lotio both every day. Even if MP4 is not possible today, it is obviously going to take up a part of the roadmap. If not today, tomorrow, uh, if it is technically possible. There's
All
another
right.
thing, Gaurav.
So,
I see a couple of questions where people are asking, like people are putting in the email address. So guys, as soon as you buy, you get instant access. Just because we're launching the tool the next week to the public does not mean that you will not get access. You're going to get your own private access earlier than any one of them. So you get instant access as soon as you purchase.
so somebody is asking. This question was, something which we expected. Robert says, "What converts better, Let's Spinio or Let's Slotio?"
Do you want to answer that?
So yeah, I want to answer this. So, online marketing is again a game of testing. So you keep testing, you keep experimenting. So far, as per my tests, I see both of them are at par, equally at par. Both of them gave me almost equal conversions. So that's like the fancy part of it. And with Let's Spinio, I predominantly had a warm audience which was sent to my campaign, and that is why it had a conversion rate of around 19 to 20% in the beginning, or 25% if I remember correctly. But with cold audience, Let's Slotio performing at 20% is really, really doing wonders for me. So again, it's too soon to say which one converts better, but definitely Let's Slotio currently with a lander is definitely a go-for tool for me to have my hot traffic and warm traffic go into my funnel. So Vipul, would you like to answer this, Vipul?
Yes, and I have another viewpoint as well to add to this. First, I agree with Gaurav that landers work crazy because you do not have to really make your own sales page, and you can just get started with a new lander in just minutes and get your ad going and get everything going. But the other viewpoint also, apart from testing, is guys, acquiring subscribers, I mean, converting your visitors into subscriber is one thing, which we all swear by, which we all love to do. But then keeping those users engaged is one of the most predominant things that we always fail to understand or care upon. If you have an array of gamified applications, you can let someone enter into your funnel or in your subscription list through that, and you can send him the another game as a giveaway. There's another thing to it. People do not value stuff that's been given them for free, but they value it a lot when they win it. And if they are able to win it through different steps, so for example, you get someone to enter into your funnel through a slot machine. As soon as they enter, you have their email address, you send them your email stuff and all the stuff. After a while, let's say after 5 days, 10 days, 15 days, as soon as you see that they're not opening your emails, you send them a wheel game, say, hey, you could win something from me if you still want to be active with me. If they play the game, you know they're going to be very active. Even if they would not want to be active, they would play the game definitely because we know it converts. So you're not just getting to acquire you people, you're also getting to retain them, and that's the most important. Like that's the bigger question to and a query to solve over here. So you got to be thinking in that sense. Do not look for conversions. Also look for retention.
Great. So next thing which we have, another question from Robert, which is again a great question, is how the FB social sharing works. Do we share a link to the slot machine to share? So as I showcased in the demo, Robert, what you can do is either you can have a custom URL which you want to share, or you could actually share the URL on which the slot machine was triggered. Okay, so the user will either be able to do any of the things as set by us in like from the backend. So either ways, whatever you want him to share, he would be able to share that. So let's take other questions. Will you keep updating your spin game to do the same? Of course, we will. So our vision is really really long on our gamification suite. So if you see like two games have been added to the gamification suite, and if you already are feeling like these guys have done a good job, so remember guys, we're just getting started. We've literally not even scratched the surface right now because we have a couple of really crazy ideas. And as we proceed, so for example, LetSlotio is more advanced than Let's Spin You. So now what we're going to do is take the LetSlotio advanced feature and pull them back into Let's Spin You as well. So we want to actually make all our games at equally at par and give people a way to not let the blindness happen. For example, in pop-ups, if you see the same kind of pop-up, then there is going to be a blindness, and people are going to then ignore. But if you keep having multiple kind of games, there would be never be a blindness, and they will always be drawn into playing more and more and more and more. So that is going to ensure that our conversions are always sky high, and we earn big bucks. So let's take any other questions, Vipul, which we have. So a couple of people are saying that they've not got access.
Right,
Any ETA
I
on
was
that,
just
Vipul?
checking that only. So, guys, if you haven't received access, stay calm. It's 6:50 a.m. here in India, where existentially the entire team is based out of. I'm gonna put a message in my internal group, wherein we're going to personally check if everyone have received access or not. If not, you're going to receive the email in 5 hours from now for sure when we get opening in the terms of business over here in India. So Dave says Scratch and Win could be a good game as well. Is Dave reading a mind actually? Well, Dave, we may have something on those lines coming up. Uh, but yes, it is a good game for sure. He also write
so
variety is the key. Yes, Dave, variety is the key.
so guys, who all are other people who are still waiting? So I want to know the people who are waiting and are on the fence to actually thinking like whether I should get this or not. So you need to you need to ask your questions right now. We're here to answer them. Okay, if you are on the fence and thinking whether I should get this or not, remember we have a 30-day ironclad money back guarantee, and we're going to work with you to make sure your campaign is successful. So I really don't understand why you are on the fence. That's part one of the story. And two, if still you're on the fence, please ask us your question, clarify any particular doubt which you may have, and we're going to actually run it through right now. So let me run through what all things again you get. So you get LetSlotio Elite, which will have like outcome weightage, intelligent field, WordPress plugin, Shopify plugin, autoresponder, webinar integration, Infusionsoft as well, theme engine, form builders, scarcity bars, countdown timers, page specific opt-in campaigns, GDPR compliance, sound animations, Zapier, advanced shop conditions. Okay, then we have LetSlotio Platinum, which will give you reminder widgets, more like a conversion machine, advanced triggering conditions, insight triggers, slot machine animations, multi-action animations, automations, follow-up widgets, weekly and monthly email reports, repeat shop conditions, smart targeting. Then you're getting LetSlotio Booster, which will give you access to LetSlotio, landers. Then virality with social share. Then we have retargeting pixels to your landers, and of course we have other parts which are full screen lander mats and white label domains as well. Then we have LetSlotio Jacker, which will give you access to LetSlot campaigns on any third-party website, like Gary Vee or CNN.com or socialmediaexaminer.com. Whatever niche you may be in, you can pick up the most popular article and share it in your group, and then you can of course generate leads from that. Okay, so using our Jacker campaigns, then you can remove the branding. You have integration with Buffer. You can even schedule your campaigns. Okay, then we have 100% customization of the meta titles and meta tags and meta images, so that in Facebook, Twitter, or any other social media network which you share your campaign on, your desirable image would come up for that particular article, so that you get the maximum amount of clicks and ultimately leading to leads and sales, of course. Then we have emoji integration as well, and not just this, we have bonuses. One which is unlimited outsourcer license. That's something which you're going to get. Then are getting unlimited commercial license. You're getting, of course, the unlimited domain license as well, and you are getting lead generation masterclass. So that's like a run through of everything. How many spins before you convert best to spins? So how many spins before you win converts best to spins. So, Robert, I'm not really clear with the question. Maybe if you can ask again, that would be great.
I think Robert is trying to ask how many spins should a person ideally do before we should make them win. If this is what you're asking, Robert, ideally I personally keep multiple spins option on, and I think that's a part of the pro version. I'm sorry. Please excuse my throat. Um, so I usually keep win and multiple spins open. I keep up to three spins and I make someone win on the first or second spin. So you have an option to add the range on when do you want someone to win. I usually make them win on the first or second win. Or when I want to make them win via social share, I give them three spins and I ask them to share and they get three more spins after they share. That's the setting that has worked the best for me.
All right, so let's see if there are more questions. So my funds will be available in PayPal in 20 minutes. That's great. So you can get it then, Ray. So Dave says brilliant. Thank you, Dave. So any other questions, guys? Any other questions which you may have? So Aaron, Anthony, Bill, Byron, Carlos. Any other questions which you may have? Chris, Dan, David. Any other questions for us? Jijuan. So we have Fred, Chill. So any other questions, please let us know. We'll be happy to answer.
And guys,
So
there's
we have
another thing. We're going to have full training within the dashboard. We have a very exhaustive knowledge base that we're building. So everything is answered. We have a dedicated support team to answer everything that you may have. Also, right after the launch, we'll have a full orientation webinar, which we'll register you automatically for the same. So you're going to see full training within the dashboard. You'll have a full knowledge base. You have full support, always ready to help you out. And we're going to also see an orientation webinar for sure. So it has everything checked off for you already. Do not think about anything. You have got everything in place.
so we are still humping in here. So guys, any other questions which you may have for us? Uh, we'll be happy to answer. Please let us know. So, dear Spinios, if you're actually still thinking whether or not to take the next lap for your lead generation machine, then I would really, really, advise you this. So back in time, what happened is, so this was like I would tell you what really happened. This is a personal story, and this is a real story. So I have been in the business in the world of online marketing for past 6 years, since like almost 20, you could say 12. I've been actively involved, and what I could have done is actually I could have been much more successful than what I am today. But because I neglected one single thing, which was lead generation, I ended up being successful a little later than actually being successful, in the very, you could say like in the very first year when I was just trying to do things. So this is take my advice, learn from somebody who has actually been hit once. Okay, I would say lead generation is the key. I keep poking people. I have groups, believe me, I keep asking them to go ahead and generate leads. And even, we make in future, we may come up with things of this sort, that like there would be a 10,000 lead club, and then there would be a 100,000 lead club, and there would be a million leads club. So if you generate like 10,000 leads with the help of LetSlotio, we understand that is going to make you tons and tons of money. We're going to reward you for that as well. Okay, so because we want you to be successful, that is our core purpose of building the entire gamification suite. The idea is to actually solve a very big problem. One, people are losing a lot of leads because of low conversion rates, and second, we want to actually make lead generation so much fun that people who were ignoring it, even they should start adopting it and make it as a part of the business, or rather a way of their business, I would say. So the other day I was even discussing with Vipul and saying that if you attach these leads with the community, this is becoming gold. Like for example, if you take these leads and pull them into a community and keep them engaged, it is going to act as you could say a, a group of passionate buyers and followers for your business, for you, for your personal brand, or for your brand. So pull the lever, take the next step, and go ahead. This is an extremely limited deal, and this is the lowest ever you're ever going to get. This is the we're only going to go on monthly recurring from here, okay, after the launch, and this is even a pre-launch deal, just especially for only for spin. So Vipul, any final words you want to say?
Well, just to close this down, guys, I started my journey online while I was in college. I'm an engineer. I went to an engineering college. I started my journey online when I was in this college only. I started my company LetX when I was in college. Um, and I made my first $1 million company by the time I was 21 years old. We are a venture backed company. We are funded by Asia's largest marketing agency and India's largest marketing affiliate network. We are valued in millions as of now. And I think one of the best things that has happened to me because of which I'm able to grow so fast. I'm, by the way, 24 years old right now. And one of the best things that I think that has happened to me is so much information available over internet, and my ability and my willingness to grab this information at the right time. And the right time for you could be now. We have a very huge vision on making gamified marketing suits. We're actually trying to revamp the entire way you do lead generation online and do it in the right manner. You would not believe, if you go online and just study around lead generation, you'll see that people find lead generation tactics being used are very spammy, and we're just trying to redefine them via gamification such that not just you're able to get people to subscribe to you but also get to be your loyal subscribers. At this moment, latex has 65% common user base across all the products, and it's exactly what we're trying to build upon with everything that we are building for you as well. You must also have a very repeat customer subscription rate. People should be dying to buy from you. That's what we all thrive to build for, and the time is right now, and it is what that's going to make a difference. Pick it up. It's a risk-free copy. If you love it, love it. If you don't love it, come back to us. We'll help you out. If you still don't love it, no questions asked, you get the refund, and it's still a lot of time for you to buy.
All right, so guys, I think so. The questions are over. So Vipul, again, I'll drop the link. So again, into the chat box, just in case you've missed. Okay, so this is the offer. Just make sure to take advantage of this. And if you have any further questions, you can always ask us on our support desk. So if you can just put the support desk email ID, so
All
that
right.
would be great. People could. So it's support@letex.co. Okay, just feel free to ask any questions you may have, and we'll be happy to answer. And any integrations or any suggestions you may have, we'll be happy to look into it as a future roadmap.
It has been a wonderful webinar, guys. I'm absolutely thrilled around all the compliments and this and all the appreciation that we have gotten from you guys, all the love from we've gotten from you guys. And I think it was wonderful hosting this webinar for you. Every time we do a webinar on this audience, we're like crazy and we're feeling very pumped up. The energy comes from within and we just don't know what happens. Absolutely happy to see the love that you have for guys. I really wish for you to keep giving that love so that we continue to build things for you the right way possible. And I think Gaurav, you could also pass the remarks while I'm answering the questions.
Sure. So again, you to be honest, so this is the first time that I've seen such a high turn up on a webinar. So actually, we had like uh, almost like 40 to 45% attendees. Okay, so that's really really great and amazing. So you've been an awesome or patient or patient's audience and patient audience, I would say. And thank you so much for coming on board and really, showering all the feedback to us. We love the feedback. Anything bricks, bats, just throw at us, and we'd be happy to revert back to you. And guys, one thing which we are going to strive towards in future very very soon is to build a community around gamification, and you being as founding members, we would really really seek your participation in the group. Okay, and that's like the Facebook community which we have. So we're going to be getting more active there, and a lot of stuff is going to happen, and we're going to have a brilliant brilliant roadmap coming forward.
So we have someone called Ray who's saying, I missed the whole thing, but I purchased because I trust you. That's the love that we crave for. Thank you so much, Ray.
Okay, so I think so that's all, Vipul, from our side. So thank you so much, guys, for coming on board, and we'll see you on the other side.
All right, guys, lovely speaking to you. We're gonna put the webinar on off now. If you have any questions, feel free to write to us on support at LetSlotio or in the Facebook group or over to us personally. We are always happy to answer your questions and get back to you going for things going out. All right, let's be news. Let's make lead generation again and shutting the webinar off for now. Thanks for your time. Wonderful. Have a great day, great night ahead, and have a great life ahead for sure.
Bye, take care, have fun.